Hey folks, coming to you from downtown Pensacola, Zarzaur Law. We appreciate, first of all, everybody's sharing this on Facebook and other social media sites. We have gotten a lot of information, helpful information today, but we still don't have one particular name. We have several. And we have some information that this person may have actually gone to an auto parts store recently and actually maybe try to do some alterations to the truck. But in large part, there's only so much they can change. In any event, we're still looking for this truck. This truck was involved in a bad accident where a cyclist was caused to suffer a crash, and they suffered a serious injury, life-altering injury. And as we told you, a lawyer was hired by this individual to make contact with our firm. The lawyer contacted our firm and said he wants to basically turn himself in, even though he didn't feel like he did anything wrong. And I acknowledged that they had an argument that they could make, but I appreciated him letting me know. It was the day after we first posted the video, shortly after this event. The lawyer then played some games with me, a little bit, I'll say, and he didn't return my call. I called him again, said, "Where's the information?" He says, "Oh, I haven't met with this person yet." And then, of course, we ran another, then it was basically silence from him. And then this morning, after you guys shared the video last night, or the clip last night, I got, at the crack of dawn this morning, I got a letter from this lawyer basically suggesting to me that his client had looked at the film again and decided this wasn't his truck, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, if you see a video once and you think, oh, I was at that place that I described, Maine and Barrancas, and on a certain day at a certain time, and I remember Cyclist being near where I was, and then all of a sudden you go out and hire a lawyer, and you tell the lawyer, contact the lawyer that's looking for me and tell him that I don't think I did anything wrong, but I was the guy. And then a week later, the lawyer is suggesting that you don't recognize your truck now. Perhaps they made alterations to the truck, and perhaps the alterations that were made don't look like this truck now, right? So, of course, my reaction to the lawyer was, look, dude, you told me that your guy wanted to turn himself in, basically, to me because he was involved in this, even though he didn't feel like he was negligent. And now you're saying your guy doesn't recognize his truck. I think you're more likely trying to build a case that it wasn't your guy and you've done alterations to the truck. Dude, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. And I told the guy in the email, the lawyer, listen, dude, this ain't going away. If you think I'm the kind of lawyer that's going to just go, oh, well, I guess we give up now, that ain't how this works here. We're going to come after you and the person. We're going to find him. I'm going to find him. And today, I'm up in the ante. $750 cash, no questions asked, to the person that provides me information that leads to the identity of this person. Okay? There were cars out there that day. There were cars out there that saw this happen. We know there were several cars that passed by after this happened and saw this truck. We know that there were people that followed this truck after it happened down Main Street and knew that something had gone on. We know that there are people that live near this guy that know this truck, that know that maybe this truck has been altered in some way since this happened. We know that's the case, okay? So if you see a truck close to this, let's say he changed the rims, potentially, and you knew this truck and now the rims look different. Or let's say he changed maybe the color of the mirrors. That would be sort of easy to change, right? So my point is this, $750 cash, no questions asked, if the information you give us leads to this person's name. And I've got a list of potential people, and so you give me the name, I don't ask any questions, I give you the money, and then we go and we find out if this is the right person or not. Trust me, we'll figure it out. We don't need your information. We don't need your identity to finger this guy. We need your identity, though, to help us select who it might be out off of the list that we have. Now, as time goes by, I'm continuing to do other things, too, that will identify this person. Let me give you an example. All of you probably heard about the hit and run on Palafox last summer. You remember that a different white pickup truck, it was a Tacoma, ran through a crosswalk and threw up two people in the air and crashed on the ground, and they left the scene? Well, we just sued that person and the owner of that vehicle a couple weeks ago. And it took 7-8 months for us to figure it out. The police department had given up. We didn't give up. I ain't giving up. We are not giving up. We're going to find out who did this. I promise you. And if this number has to go up, then it does. But I'm going to leave this open for a week, and I'm going to say to you, $750 cash, no questions asked. Lead me to the identity of the person. I will not use your identity. You have my word. And I will bring justice to this driver and to this family that now has an injured family member that's forever disabled. So we're not going away. If you can share this as many times as you can on all everybody you know, encourage everybody you know to share this picture, the fact that we're giving a $750 cash award to whoever gives us information that leads to the identity of this person, we'd be appreciated. The client would appreciate it. I think our community is safer for you doing this. So it's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing for you to do, to let us know who this person is. Not only have they committed this wrong, they now are knowingly evading us, which is disgusting. So I feel like at this point, I want the police involved if we find out who it is. However, if the person wants to come forward, himself or herself, and say they did it, I'm not at the point where I feel like I have to go to the police. I'm at the point now where I feel like I want justice for this family. I want to make this right. And I'm not going to stop here. We're going to push forward, and we're going to find you. One way or the other, we're going to find you. Any help you can do with the social media, we'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I hope you flood us with more information.